As we step into the final stretch of this year, I want to speak to the hearts of those who may feel weary, burdened, or uncertain about the future. December is not a time to look back in regret or forward with anxiety. This is a season of divine transformation. The challenges you faced this year were not designed to defeat you, but to refine you. Every trial, every setback, every unanswered question has been preparing you for something greater. There's a purpose in the pain and a breakthrough in the waiting. God is not bound by time, and He does not operate on our schedules. What you may see as the end of the year, He sees as a perfect opportunity to show His power in your life. Remember, transformation often begins when you least expect it. It's when the night seemed darkest that the light breaks forth. This December, release the worries that have weighed you down. Stop carrying burdens that were never meant for you to bear. Worrying does not add a single moment to your life, but faith unlocks doors that no man can shut. Trust in the divine process. Even now, God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating blessings that you cannot yet see. Your circumstances may not look promising, but God's promise stands firm. He has the power to turn sorrow into joy, lack into abundance, and despair into hope. Trust in Him, not in what you see. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. This is your time to surrender your fears and embrace the transformation that awaits. Expect miracles. Expect breakthroughs. Expect divine favor. Because when you place your trust in the Creator, He will make a way where there seems to be no way. This December, walk boldly into your destiny. Your story is not over. It's just beginning. The best is yet to come. Every challenge you face in life is not an obstacle, but an opportunity. It's important to understand that difficulties are not meant to destroy you, they are designed to develop you. Much like gold is purified through fire, your character is shaped and strengthened through trials. The pressure, the heat, the discomfort, all of it serves a higher purpose. When you encounter setbacks, don't see them as signs of failure, see them as preparation for the greatness ahead. A seed must be buried in the dark soil before it can grow into a mighty tree. Similarly, the struggles you face are the environment in which your potential is nurtured. Every delay, every rejection, every closed door is molding you into a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. You are not defined by the moments that tested you. Instead, you are defined by how you respond to those moments. Challenges reveal what's inside of you, your faith, your strength, and your perseverance. They strip away what is unnecessary and make room for what is essential. Remember, every mountain you climb and every storm you endure is equipping you with the tools you need for the journey ahead. Challenges refine you, sharpening your vision, strengthening your resolve, and preparing you for the destiny that awaits. We live in a world governed by clocks and calendars, where deadlines and schedules often dictate our sense of progress. Yet divine timing operates on a different plane, one that transcends human understanding. God's plans are never rushed, and they are never delayed. They unfold precisely when they are meant to. Consider this: a farmer plants seeds, but no matter how eager he may be for the harvest, he cannot force the process. The seed must go through its natural stages: germination, growth, and fruition. In the same way, your life moves according to divine timing, where every stage has a purpose and every moment is perfectly aligned. When you feel impatient or anxious about the future, remember that delays are not denials. What may seem like a standstill is often God's way of preparing the way ahead. He is aligning the right people, the right opportunities, and the right conditions to bring about His perfect plan. If blessings arrive prematurely, they may not serve their full purpose. Time in God's hands is not wasted. What appears to be a delay in your life could be a season of preparation or protection. Trust that He knows when you are ready to step into the next chapter. Just as the rising sun cannot be hurried, neither can the unfolding of His plans for your life. Divine timing is about surrendering your need for control and embracing the assurance that His timing is always best. The wait is not a punishment, it's a process designed to bring forth the fullness of His promises. Pain is a teacher. Though its lessons are often difficult to embrace, it is not random and it is never without reason. Every experience of pain in your life carries a purpose, a divine intention to shape you, grow you, and prepare you for something greater. Pain often reveals what comfort hides. In times of ease, we can become complacent, unaware of the depth of strength, resilience, and faith within us. But when trials come, they pull back the curtain and expose hidden capacities we didn't know we had. Pain is the refining fire that removes impurities and makes room for transformation. Consider a caterpillar struggling in the cocoon. The process may seem cruel, but it is the struggle that builds the strength needed for flight. Without that struggle, the caterpillar would never fulfill its destiny as a butterfly. Similarly, the pain you endure is forging within you the qualities necessary for the next phase of your journey. In moments of suffering, it's easy to question the purpose or to feel abandoned. But even in your darkest valleys, there is divine strategy at work. Pain shifts your focus from what is temporary to what is eternal. It has the power to redirect your priorities, align your heart with divine will, and prepare you for blessings that exceed your imagination. Pain is not a sign of defeat, but a pathway to purpose. It stretches you, strengthens you, and sets the stage for the miracles ahead. Every tear, every break, and every challenge is working together for your good, shaping you into who you were always meant to be. Worry is a thief. It steals your peace, clouds your vision, and distracts you from the abundant life that has been promised to you. Worry convinces you to focus on what is uncertain rather than trusting the one who is unchanging. It is an unnecessary weight that slows you down on the journey of purpose. Faith, on the other hand, is the antidote to worry. Where worry sees obstacles, faith sees opportunities. Where worry fears the unknown, faith trusts in divine sovereignty. Faith empowers you to release the burdens you were never designed to carry and to walk confidently into the future, knowing it is already secured. Think of a bird soaring through the sky. It doesn't worry about where its next meal will come from. It simply trusts that the Creator has provided all it needs. If such care is given to the smallest creatures, how much more is given to you? Worry questions that provision, but faith rests in it. When you worry, you are placing your trust in your limitations. When you have faith, you are placing your trust in unlimited power. Worry drains your energy and leaves you paralyzed, while faith energizes you and propels you forward. It's not about ignoring the realities of life, it's about shifting your perspective to see those realities through the lens of trust. Letting go of worry is an act of surrender. It's choosing to stop striving and start believing. It's the decision to place your cares in hands far stronger than your own, knowing that every detail of your life is being orchestrated with divine precision. Faith doesn't promise an absence of challenges, but it assures you of the strength and provision to overcome them. Faith begins where human understanding ends. It is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. Trusting in the unseen requires a shift from relying on your senses to relying on the promises of a God who is faithful beyond measure. The natural inclination is to trust in what is tangible, measurable, and predictable. Yet the greatest works of transformation and breakthrough often happen in the unseen realm long before they manifest in the physical world. When you plant a seed, you don't see what's happening beneath the surface, but you trust that life is taking root. In the same way, even when you cannot see progress, trust that God is working. The unseen is where God operates most powerfully. He is not confined by the limitations of human perception or reasoning. His plans extend far beyond what your eyes can observe or your mind can comprehend. To trust in the unseen is to acknowledge that what God is building in your life is far greater than anything you could imagine. Think of a sculptor working on a block of marble. To the untrained eye, it looks like chaos, pieces being chipped away, fragments scattered on the floor. But the sculptor sees the masterpiece within the stone, shaping it with intention and precision. In the same way, God is crafting a masterpiece in your life, even when all you see are the scattered fragments. Trusting in the unseen is not about denying reality, it's about aligning your heart with a higher reality. It's about believing that the invisible hand of God is weaving all things together for your good. It's choosing to walk by faith, not by sight, knowing that what is unseen today will become a testimony tomorrow. Darkness is not the absence of purpose, but the environment where transformation begins. It is in the hidden places, away from the eyes of others, that the most profound changes take root. Like a seed buried in the soil, growth happens beneath the surface long before it breaks through into the light. Darkness often feels isolating and overwhelming, but it serves a divine purpose. It forces you to rely not on what you can see, but on the unseen power working within you. It's in the darkness that you learn to trust, to endure, and to cultivate the strength necessary for the next season of your life. Think of the night sky. At first glance, it seems to be a void. But as your eyes adjust, you begin to see the stars, points of light that were always there but hidden from view. Similarly, in the dark seasons of life, clarity and vision are revealed when you look beyond the immediate circumstances. The darkest moments often precede the greatest breakthroughs. Consider the caterpillar in its cocoon. To the outside world, it appears lifeless, confined, and forgotten. But inside, a miraculous transformation is taking place. The struggle in the cocoon is essential for the butterfly's wings to develop the strength needed to fly. Without the darkness, there would be no flight. In the midst of darkness, you are being prepared for the light. Transformation is not instantaneous. It's a process that refines you, strengthens you, and equips you for the journey ahead. Though you may feel unseen and uncelebrated, remember that the most important work often happens in the hidden places. Darkness is not the end, it's the beginning of something extraordinary. Darkness is not the absence of purpose, but the environment where transformation begins. It is in the hidden places, away from the eyes of others, that the most profound changes take root. Like a seed buried in the soil, growth happens beneath the surface long before it breaks through into the light. Darkness often feels isolating and overwhelming, but it serves a divine purpose. It forces you to rely not on what you can see, but on the unseen power working within you. It's in the darkness that you learn to trust, to endure, and to cultivate the strength necessary for the next season of your life. Think of the night sky. At first glance, it seems to be a void. But as your eyes adjust, you begin to see the stars, points of light that were always there but hidden from view. Similarly, in the dark seasons of life, clarity and vision are revealed when you look beyond the immediate circumstances. The darkest moments often precede the greatest breakthroughs. Consider the caterpillar in its cocoon. To the outside world, it appears lifeless, confined, and forgotten. But inside, a miraculous transformation is taking place. The struggle in the cocoon is essential for the butterfly's wings to develop the strength needed to fly. Without the darkness, there would be no flight. In the midst of darkness, you are being prepared for the light. Transformation is not instantaneous. It's a process that refines you, strengthens you, and equips you for the journey ahead. Though you may feel unseen and uncelebrated, remember that the most important work often happens in the hidden places. Darkness is not the end, it's the beginning of something extraordinary. Expectation is the breeding ground for miracles. What you anticipate sets the stage for what you will experience. To live with expectation is to align your heart and mind with the belief that the impossible is not only possible but inevitable when you trust in divine power. Miracles are not random acts, they are intentional demonstrations of God's presence and purpose in your life. When you expect miracles, you activate your faith and position yourself to receive what has already been prepared for you. Faith draws the miraculous into your reality, transforming ordinary moments into extraordinary encounters. Breakthroughs often come when you least expect them but are most prepared for them. While you may not see the evidence of change, trust that the seeds of transformation are growing beneath the surface. Like a dam that holds back a river, the pressure builds over time until suddenly it bursts forth with unstoppable force. In the same way, the prayers you've prayed, the faith you've exercised, and the persistence you've shown are preparing for a flood of blessings. Expectation is not passive waiting, it's an active declaration of trust. It's waking up each day with a heart full of gratitude, knowing that something miraculous is on the horizon. It's choosing to focus on possibilities rather than limitations and speaking life into situations that seem hopeless. When you live with expectation, you invite divine favor into every area of your life. You stop settling for mediocrity and start reaching for the extraordinary. Expecting miracles and breakthroughs is not about wishful thinking, it's about standing firm in the promises of a God who specializes in making a way where there is no way. It's about anticipating the arrival of blessings, not with doubt, but with confidence and joy. Fear is a lie that distorts your vision and paralyzes your potential. It keeps you focused on imagined possibilities rather than the powerful truth of God's presence in your life. Fear causes you to question your worth, your purpose, and your future, but it has no power over a heart fully surrendered to God. When you choose to surrender fear, you are making a bold declaration that you will no longer allow the enemy to control your thoughts or actions. Fear may come knocking at your door, but it does not have the right to stay. The moment you choose to surrender your fear to God, you are inviting His peace to replace the anxiety that tries to grip you. God's perfect love casts out all fear. When you understand the depth of His love for you, fear loses its power. Love reassures you that He will never leave you, that He is always working for your good, and that nothing in this world can separate you from His care. It is in this secure love that you find the courage to step into what God has called you to, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Surrendering fear is not about pretending the challenges don't exist. It's about trusting that, even in the face of fear, God's power is greater. It's about knowing that He holds your future, that He has already gone before you, and that He will make a way where there seems to be no way. The act of surrendering fear also means releasing control. Fear thrives in the spaces where we try to hold on to everything ourselves. But when you surrender control to God, you allow Him to take the lead, to guide your steps, and to fight battles on your behalf. It's in the surrender that God's strength is made perfect in your weakness and His peace becomes your anchor. To surrender fear is to live in the fullness of God's promises, knowing that He will never fail you. It's choosing to walk boldly, not in your own strength, but in the power of His Spirit. When God begins a work in your life, He doesn't just start with a good plan, He starts with the best plan. The journey may have had its challenges, and the path might not always have been clear, but every step you've taken has been leading you to something greater. The best is not behind you, it's ahead of you. Too often we look back and measure our progress by the peaks we've already reached, forgetting that God's plans for our future are even more glorious than the victories of our past. We tend to define our success by the past, but God is calling us to redefine our success by His promises. He is the God of more than enough, and He has more in store for you than you can imagine. Consider the story of Joseph. He went from the pit to the palace, from rejection to reigning. In the darkest moments of his life, it seemed as though everything was lost. Yet what Joseph didn't know in the pit was that God was setting him up for the palace. Every hardship was part of a divine process that would eventually elevate him to a place of influence and impact. The best is yet to come because God is a God of progression, not regression. Every season of your life has been preparing you for something bigger, something better, something more powerful. The wisdom, strength, and faith you have gained through the trials of the past are the foundation for the blessings that are coming. You might have faced loss, setbacks, or seasons of waiting, but know this: your future is not dictated by your past. God does not operate within the limits of time as we understand it. What you have seen so far is just the beginning. Your breakthrough, your promotion, your miracle, it is not something that happened yesterday, but something that is unfolding right now in real time. The best is yet to come because God's promises are eternal. His plans for you have never been defeated, and His purpose for your life will not be thwarted. You are walking toward your destiny, and with each step, He is preparing you for the incredible blessings that lie ahead. This is just the start. As we journey through life, the challenges we face, The seasons of waiting and the moments of darkness are all part of a greater process, a divine process that is transforming us into who we are meant to be. In every trial, there is a purpose. In every delay, there is a divine timing at work. When we trust in God's promises, we position ourselves to see His miraculous power at work in our lives. We are reminded that worry has no place in our hearts when we embrace faith. Our faith becomes the anchor that holds us steady, even when the storms of life rage around us. By releasing our fears and trusting in the unseen, we open ourselves to the transformation God desires for us. Through surrender, He molds us into vessels of strength and perseverance, preparing us for the breakthrough that is coming. God is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything for our good. We must expect miracles, for His power knows no limits. When we hold on to His promises, we embrace the reality that the best is always yet to come. What we see now is not the end of the story, it's only the beginning of something far greater than we could ever imagine. So stand firm in faith, trusting that the challenges you face are refining you, and the struggles you endure are preparing you for the abundant blessings that lie ahead. With every step, God is leading you toward a future filled with His favor, His purpose, and His transformative power. The best is yet to come.